If someone were thinking of taking an ethics course, wasn't quite sure what ethics is, and was perhaps nervous or anxious, I would say to that student, take the course.
I mean, we talked about self-determination and cosmopolitanism and feminism.
It was never presented as this is the correct way to do things or the right way or the wrong way to do things, but really it forced us to question things like that and to realize that maybe there isn't always a simple answer.
Good ethics instruction analyzes both sides of an argument. Good ethics instruction involves giving students a framework of decision making.
Well, one of the goals is to help people recognize ethical issues, because oftentimes in unfamiliar contexts, it's easy not to recognize them, or sometimes the context is so familiar that people don't recognize them.
Students don't learn about ethics for the first time in this course, but rather learn to be more reflective about something that they've always already done.
Students should know at the undergraduate level the importance of ethical decision making. It's part of being a well-educated, well-rounded citizen.
Whether it's business, law, medicine, education, politics, whatever your field, you're going to encounter ethical dilemmas or times when your values conflict with other people that you're interacting with.
Being a good social worker means that you know about ethical practice, that you know when ethical dilemmas present themselves and you know how to resolve them. And students need to be able to anticipate them as part of their preparation.
Our lives are ineffably and unavoidably inflected with ethical dilemmas and choices. Certainly in politics, including electoral politics, when one goes to the voting booth, one is called upon to make a decision, and in many cases it's not easy to do so. There are competing claims and competing ways of looking at the world, and it would only be the dogmatist who easily finds his or her way to an answer.
Go in with an open mind and be ready to challenge some of your beliefs, because challenging them is what helps you really understand why you have them.
I think the university is a particularly good place for us to do this kind of thing, because we can take the time to really study these issues, to dissect them, to role play.
Everybody really got involved, and I think that probably is the point of an ethics flag course.
Ethics flagged courses are not courses that are comfortable. They're uncomfortable. And that can be very exciting, actually.
In order for us to change the world as we aspire to do at the University of Texas, people need to be ethical, responsible leaders.
I don't know how one could live without the study of ethics. What kind of world would we have if we didn't teach ethics at any level and at every level?
I think that any college education worth its name is one that is oriented to the student as someone with an open future and gives the student ideas, tools, if you will, and doesn't tell him or her how to deploy them, but has put the student in a position that he or she might. And those tools can include ethical thought and ethical examples and ethical sensibilities.